Hello, my disappointed delinquents. I'm Mr. Church, and today we're going to be building a little camp using this Watchtower from the Atom Shop right here near Sacrament and the converted munitions factory. Right in the middle of that is this lovely little cliff top where I thought we could throw this thing since it's a Watchtower, but it's only 2 stories high. Maybe if we find the tallest mountain in the game, I don't know, maybe then we can see something. So I put down the stage over here and burned the fuck out of it as well. I lined it up. That took 5 years, so I didn't include it in the video, but just line it up with those foundations. Take your time with her. She loves to be a bitch. Then I lowered these foundations down so that I could have... What I want to do is place walls on the sides of this, but still get that texture of the bottom of the stage. So I lowered those foundation pieces there so that we can snap walls to them later. Yeah. Now over here I want to extend out this way with these ramps and foundations because I'm going to be adding a little upper floor, but I'm going to be using a foundation stair just to shake things up a bit, and you can do this if you build in the order I've shown because the foundation has support and then it will snap over. And then once you do that, you can delete, of course, the foundations and leave the stair there, as the Lord intended. Now, on this side, we're going to throw up some walls to kind of fence in the watchtower. That's going to be made part of the house, so we're going to go up like a full 1.5 walls. And in order to remove the foundations from under that, just burn a half wall or change a full wall into a doorway, and you will be able to remove the foundation because it will no longer need support. Why does Bethesda make us do these things? I don't know. I don't think they care to look into the matter, to be honest. Now inside here on the end, I want to put these junk walls as the third wall. And the nice thing about the Watchtower is it seems to play very nice with the interior placement of things. So that's good. It made this a lot easier. You can kind of put stuff intersecting a little bit with that post. And anytime where there's not a whole lot of fuckery and things aren't telling you that it's intersecting, I get happy because that is, you know, way less work for us. Just trying to make something that looks halfway decent. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to double wall over this way. And this way we can add this sort of scrappy texture to the building. So what we're going to do is we're going to go inside and we're going to make it the red barn wall set. It's my favorite in the game because it looks so apocalyptic and realistic and not way too red at all. And then, in case you're new here, that was sarcasm. The barn wall set sucks, and I hate it very much. But in this case, it's going to be useful because it's double walled, so you're only going to see traces of red through the shack wall, because one side is shack and the other side is red, so you just get a little bit of red, and it kind of makes it look like there's flaking red paint. Then Dad Vader left the team. Don't know who he was, but I hope he had a good time here. I hope he did. I don't know where he was, but... you know, that just leaves me and Pee Wee Jenkins, and God knows he and I need, you know, something to laugh at now and then. I have no idea who those people are, but, you know, if you're watching this now, thank you so much for giving me the ability to jump and use my jetpack to my fullest potential while I built this building. Now inside here, we're going to put these up like this, just temporarily, so that we can put the roof on. And it does snap, it does snap, which is nice. I didn't have to fuck too much around with the tower. And once you can do that, you can actually remove that stuff underneath because it has support on the other side. Now, what we're going to do is, yeah, let's put some walls on the end here. And for this, we're going to put double wall it so that we have some variation of texture. And then up here, I want to put a roof over the little porch thing. It's not really a porch. We're going to make this more of an outdoor storage unit. And then just throw a wall down on the side. I don't know. just put those there temporarily to put the awning pieces up there. I don't know, the top corner pieces, whatever you want to call them. Now inside you'll notice that the stupid stage has horrible intersection problems, and you can't place anything on it because Bethesda, when they're giving us stuff that we have to spend money on in the item shop, don't care if it actually is functional or usable, because as long as they get, you know, a little bit of money from us one last time, that's good enough for them. So I'm gonna have to put rugs on it so that it's what's the word I'm looking for? Usable. Yeah, that's the one. And then we're gonna be able to put things on it. You know, it's really fun when you have to do that. Now I want to burn this, but just to show you that, like, if you burn it, you can't really intersect things very well because everything on it disappears. Don't worry about what I just deleted. That doesn't go there anyway. We're just gonna stack shit in here because this is like a dry storage. It's not that dry now that I think about it. It's raining and it's open to the elements, but let's not get bogged down with like what is being stored in here. It's just like some, you know, acid waste. You know, it's probably not radioactive at all. If you're having a hard time getting these barrels or anything like that in, just spin them. They're not actually spherical. You know, they just want you to think that. Now on this end, I want to put a full wall, and we're gonna actually just make that into a doorway just so we can remove that foundation from underneath it. And then once it's freestanding, put it back as a normal wall, and then we're gonna burn it. Now this is going to give us a nice little wooden post for the corner support. There it is. Looks very nice. We're gonna do that on the other side as well. So it is a doorway. We're gonna burn it. I think the foundation in there is already gone, so just burn that. And then once that's done, you can just repair this and everything on it will come there. There, it looks very nice. Let's make sure that one back there isn't a doorway still, because we left it like that before so that we could remove things. That's burned, so we have to repair it. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. And there, really nice variation of textures using the haunted house and the scrappy shack. Now up here, I want to put some half walls here, but they're intersecting with the roof and with a wall. So let's flatten this down for now by replacing it with a flat one. And then if you replace these with the brick, you can burn them, and the hitbox for them shall change just enough so that you will be able to put those walls up. And the brick, unfortunately, is very, very strong. If you didn't know this, the brick and the basic metal, the bluish metal sets, are actually the most durable out of all the building sets in the game. So if you're looking to build something that's really tanky, you want to use those. But unfortunately, it means we have to burn this for about an hour and a half when we're trying to burn it. So then once that's done, you can just put it back to how it was, and then we can replace these back to the roof pieces that they were. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. Okay, so now I'm gonna throw a porch on the side here, just because, you know, we want to add some tiers to the build, so it's not just one big box. This will help kind of bring the eye from one side to the other. And I'm gonna throw these rusted chains in intervals around the building in different places to give it more texture. And I think that if we live here, we're gonna be throwing any scraps we find at fortifying it. So rusty chain, yeah, throw it on the building. Stuff like that. That's the thought process there. Now what I did here was I burned these junk wall pieces, and then I spent about 25 minutes just trying to get that to fit in, and it did. And then I ran around a little bit to see if I could put it anywhere else. That's outside of the build zone, so it's not going to work. Stop trying. Okay. And then over here, just add some texture to that side porch thingy. Yeah. And then up here, something to blend the bottom of the build with the top of it. Just put the chain fence in there and get it as close as you can. It's kind of tricky, but it can be done. And don't use snapping with a fence because it won't play nice. Just try to freehand it. Okay, so upstairs inside the watchtower, I'm going to put a little bit of a fence here, but later we're going to put the Raider Punk, just so we can have that radio table, because it's pretty cool. He's not, though, so we're going to wait till the very last minute before placing him, because he's annoying as all fuck. Now, up here, again, we're having trouble with being able to place things down, because Bethesda is okay taking your money, but not okay making you something, you know, like make sure the thing you spent the money on actually works. So we're going to put rugs down yet again, just so we can build inside it. And normally I would burn this bed and then put the suitcases under it, but as you can see, the watchtower has no durability, so the second some fire touches it, everything burns, and when everything burns, the stuff inside it's gone. So we can't use that method at all. Even though it usually would work in another prefab. So what you're going to do is we're going to use the sink method instead, which is a little more tedious, but just put these suitcases on the bed, and then you're just going to take this pressure plate, and we're just going to push it down with the display mannequin. You can also put 2 pressure plates on top of each other, I have been told, and I have tested it and it does work. You can also power the pressure plate. And as long as the pressure plate is being pushed down, you can use that sinking method of just placing it, and the thing on top will sink into the thing below it. Let's put some little lighting in here. I figure this is probably a good place for us to sleep, and we can let, you know, our guests sleep downstairs closer to the ghouls and the things like that. Now this is downstairs, inside by the staircase. We're going to have some crops that we're going to be having inside, just so that they don't get destroyed. So what you're going to do is change this foundation to a farmable tile, plant your crops, and then spend 25 minutes looking for this planter, which you can get. It's an in-game plan. It's the White Springs Planters, I believe it's called. And it comes with this lovely empty one, which you can place over top of the plants to make it look like they've been planted inside it. I don't need that much corn. I don't eat corn. It's not that good. I mean, it's good, but like it's not good for you. All the vitamins are pretty much cooked out of it. Now, that's good enough. Now, once you do that, you can actually double up these foundations by placing a normal foundation over top of this one. This one isn't letting me do it because of this junk wall back here. So I'm going to burn the junk wall so it's bye-bye time. And it's a little tricky to place this down because nothing wants to go underneath that staircase. But once you get it burned, you will then be able to place a foundation over top of that foundation. And then you can change that to a wooden one so that we can still maintain the wooden floor in here that's scrappy as fuck. See what I mean? I don't know why I did that. Never mind what I'm doing. I think I was thinking about like rotating it, but then I realized it's okay. And then I did the same over here because on the back side you're not going to be able to see because it's too dark. Before you even get on my ass in the comments about that, let me turn my Pip-Boy light on to avoid immense crucifixion. Now over here you can see that it gave you the foundation of foundation-y instead of the wooden one. Now you can't place a stack of shit under these stairs, but if you blueprint the thing you want to place, you can then place that blueprint. It makes sense. But if you want to like move it slightly, you're going to have to store it and then place the blueprint all over again. But it will let you place things underneath stairs and other places where it wouldn't typically let you place items. But now we have the completed build. Let's take a look at it. As you can see, I waited till dawn so that we could catch the silhouette of the building and everything would be black. And there would be just, you know, you wouldn't be able to see anything. So you're welcome. On the back side here, I plastered a bunch of junk walls and things like that to kind of mix up the texturing so it wasn't just a uniform block. But we do care more about this side, so we focus more of our attention to that. Now, Raider Punk is just standing there clenching his fists like a pugilist, so let's see if we can get him out of the way. We'll quickly look up what that word means. I will push this spike board under his feet, and then we can just fling him to see if we can get a spring in his step. There he goes. Maybe he'll be a little loose next time. Now, Back here, the lighting looks like fuck, so I apologize, but, you know, it's just, that's the game that we all love, right? Am I right? So, anyway, as you can see, he still gets in the fucking way, the frog-eyed fuck, so let's not worry about that. Let's go inside. In here, we have this wagon. Now, I figured we're actually, like, pretty close, if you look on the map, to Prickett's Fort. So I thought it would make sense if we're scavenging the area, we go over there and we just start filling one of the wagons from over there with shit and bring it back here. I don't know, that makes sense to me, so I put it here on the porch where it's out of the rain. And then inside here we have like a little kitchen, and I wanted to make it look like we made this kitchen. So everything's kind of shoved in the corner. The fridge is off to the side slightly. Like, things are very haphazard. We just shove stuff under the stairs. Because we came here and made it into a house. It's not originally a house. And then, so on this side we have the workshop and whatnot. And that's leading up to the tower, of course. But we have, you know, all the workbenches that we're going to need, and the pile of supplies and tools so we can fix our shit. Upstairs, there's like places for like other people to sleep, like if you have friends. That's not something I typically have, but if you would have those, you could have a place for them to sleep up there. Now over here you can go up the stairs and peek out, but not really because you're just a little too short. I apologize for bringing it up again, but over here on the top, this can be like where whoever owns this place or originally settled here would probably sleep, because it is out of it's not on the ground floor, so you have a lot more room to escape zombies and whatnot, which I know are called ghouls because of product branding. Now over here we have an amazing view of where you can go down and get killed in PvP with people who are cheating because they can't have a competent fight with someone without unplugging their router and stacking all of their items. And I think it has to do with something that happened to them as a child, but we're not going to get into that or where they place their sense of value. Instead, let's look over here. We have this shack, and there's already like this moonshining stuff in it, so I put the brewing station in here, and then a robot came and drank what I made and died and disintegrated, so let's forget about that. Up here, what is that? Is that Coke? No, just kidding, guys. That's just a pillow. So over here, there is, you know, this spot comes with this little tree stand, and it comes with that little shack. So I wanted to make a building that would make sense next to those items, that would sort of fit with it. So when I used the Watchtower, I looked at the texture on the Watchtower, and I made sure that the walls had a very weird texture as well, a very rundown texture. But I want to thank you guys so much for all your support. Thank you to my patrons. You guys are the absolute best. And if you guys are not already, please consider subscribing, because it makes me happy. And I'll see you in the next video.